Hello, here we see a game world. We can move around in it, look at different things. On the bottom left of the screen we have buttons labeled F and H. Clicking on H lets you place a house somewhere on the landscape. The F button lets you place a farm. On the top right of the screen we have a clock and a calendar. Every 24 hours the day is incremented, 10 days to a season, 4 seasons to a year. Every day at 9 in the morning, a farmer leaves their house and goes to the nearest farm. At 5 in the evening, the farmer returns home. I would call the individual parts, like the calendar and buildings, prototypes. While I'm not happy with any of them at this stage, I don't want to spend time polishing them. I force myself to move on to prototyping the next thing, in the hopes that the collection of these prototypes creates something I would call a minimum viable product. The difference between a prototype and an MVP is that prototypes are meant to be replaced. You might make multiple variants to compare them. In contrast, a minimum viable product is a very rough draft of something you are trying to make. While it will be iterated and improved, even at this early stage, it should communicate a direction your project is heading in. For example, in the future I might figure out how to place buildings in a grid. I might even make a prototype where the player draws zones instead of placing buildings individually. However, the player will always have some kind of ability to get buildings onto the map. That part will not be taken away. This is just how I use those terms. I'm not even sure if what I have now counts as a minimum viable product. I definitely wouldn't call it a minimum viable game. The player can't win or lose it. In fact, there's no player progression at all. The calendar increments seasons and years, the farmer moves around, but that's all they do. They don't eat or feel hunger, the farms don't actually grow anything. This product is not viable until, at minimum, the farm grows crops. Then at minimum, crops should die if not getting enough water. And once I have that down, what is the simplest improvement to make the game more viable? Should I make an animation showing the crop growth, or spend time implementing a system for farmer to replenish the farm's water? That's all for this one. Bye.